Yeah, man. Yeah, hold it there. Hold it there. Yeah, man, more that Jack Ross step forth because of fire we are about we are dealing with. Yeah, man, the ever step forth because of enough love, you know? Yeah, man. Step forth, come bless them, you.
Yo, bless the lovely people, you don't know a royalty, you know, give thanks. Just do the silicon label thing there, because you don't know. Yeah, you don't know the House, bless up yourself, and like blocks like house and... What's on now? Yeah, yeah. Oh, my. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. Appreciate life. You don't know where we go. Do love. To divide the road. It's their own plan. Their own plan.
A giant of food, for let them overcome. Along the way.
Whether we look off Babylon or deep, Emmanuel don't take the supplies of the mistake. Stop them coming because of a statement. Before you use them, or you them none, no for them no got none. Put them out on the seat, the wicked are gone. Drop off like try leave, no for them no got none. Nothing of them out on the seat, the wicked are gone. Drop off like try leave, well I did every send them. Give me and them, Babylon you lose. I know the time, well I will tell them. Give me share them, boy. Emperor Swell send me them. I ain't like it. Again, talk to the matches, one come of gas. You hear the parties cause of fire me dead dance. Y'all go tell them like Mr. Ganja me hash. No boy are hip hop, no boy up, no boy.
You seek of only vanity and no love for humanity shall fade away.
What up, world? Peace and black power. What it is, you already know. You tuning into another episode of that good old R&M RBG TV.
Fade away.
We keeps it G over here. You already know how we get it in. And as you already know, this is your brother in Google. Now you see R&M. Hutu Apo to all out there, family. And that means peace. Figured them. Ah, man. Before I go any further, you sure already know it's by now. Black love is a cure for the black nation. I don't know why we wasting time, but so let's get it. Figured them. It's one of the best advices anybody could give to anybody out there dealing with this work. Black love is a cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Today, I don't know, I may make you think, I may piss you off, I may motivate you. But either way, let these words that I'm about to say to you all hit you very hard. Hit that brain smack hard as hell. Because it's about to go down. And before I go any further, I'm going to give today's breakdown, I'm going to give it the title of From Civil Rights to Black Lives Matter. I'm going to say that again. We're going to call it From Civil Rights to Black Lives Matter. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why I said what I'm saying. Now, the premise of today's bill, we're going to kick it off like this. Check your description box, right? Because I got a link from y'all from Facebook, right? top of the morning this morning as I got up, whatever, going down my timeline, whatever, and I see there's this video, this elder, 65-year-old elder brother. He puts a good little 12, 13-minute video up or whatever. But the stuff that he's saying is just, it's damn near embarrassing. Now, he wasn't talking on a sympathetic, on a woe is me type of tone, by far. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it 100. He's probably one of the only elders I've seen in a good little bit that actually have that notion of WTF. You feel what I'm saying? As far as the times and what's going on out here, as well as the reactions to the times and what's going on out here. The reactions coming from the people, us, right? And he just broke it down, man. And I personally felt the need, after watching it, after listening to everything that he said, I wanted to, I guess you could say, do a follow-up. I wanted to do a follow-up to yesterday's build, which was LOE, Logic Over Emotions. And nonetheless, it's going to pretty much tie in. It all goes hand in hand. Again, the message that, if you go to the description box, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Hit the link. It goes back to Facebook or whatever. Read it, watch it, whatever you want to do. Now, again, the brother was 65 years old, and he was basically reiterating the fact that all his life, his entire life on this planet, his entire life, he has seen the situations go from, I guess you could say, bad to worse. Now, youngins, you ever hear this one coming from the old heads, coming from your parents, anybody older than you, whatever, from 2-3 generations above you, putting you always hit us with the, oh, you youngins today, y'all just don't know. Back in my day, it was hard and blah, 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 blah. Right? Trying to compare the two, trying to say which one is worse off than the next one, and all that other good stuff, right? But little do we know, it's pretty much the same cycle of war tactics. The heat just might have got turned up just a little bit. The tactics might have just got changed just a little bit. The technological advances might have changed just a little bit, but nonetheless, the objective is the same. Black genocide. On all levels. From the physical, the spiritual, the mental, especially the mental is dead right now. But, like I always do, and I'm doing that more and more often, hopefully I can appreciate that out there, I'm starting to give credit, because credit needs to be, you know what I'm saying, a light needs to be shined on that, on the positives. So big ups to everybody out there that's realizing what's going on and acting on it accordingly. Smart. You know what I'm saying? The smart way to do it. Big ups to y'all. Keep spreading that energy, keep passing it on from family to family, and let's take this thing over, man. We can do this. We can do this. The only way we can do this, one, is with black love. Two, we got to get that fear notion out of our heads. So this is why I'm saying, from civil rights to Black Lives Matter. Now, I really don't even have to go all the way back into ancient history on this one. We can just go and start off from like the 50s and the 60s and keep it going from there. Right? This was, nonetheless, the time of our greats. A couple of our greats. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm, sitting right here behind me. Martin. Everybody loves to scream his name. That era. Right? Really look at what was going on. What was the real message that was really being spread about? Now, I only use those two names because those are two sides of the fence. Malcolm saying by any means necessary, go get it. Now, unfortunately, when we hear by any means necessary, folks get scared because they're automatically thinking about taking it outside and killing the first thing they see. Completely jumping all of the other steps, all of the other logical steps, because once again, that emotion tapped in. They skip all of the other logical steps, all the economical steps, all of the educational steps, all of the relationship, family steps. Like I always say, small blocks build big houses. But they skipped all of that and went already to the emotional side and got scared. So they didn't really, too many people didn't really want to hear what Malcolm had to say. Right? They started listening to what Martin had to say. No disrespect to the brother, but let's keep it 100. Martin Luther King, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, he instilled a notion of or I should say, he further instilled a notion of the turn the whole cheek. We shall overcome, etc., 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 etc. So now you got 90%. All right, that's a high number. You got about 80%. That's better. You got about 80% of the family around this time. One, are scared to go get it by any means, right? But two, they're now basically welcoming the oppression. They're accepting the oppression. They're accepting the torment. They're saying it's all okay. It's cool because we shall overcome. Swing low, sweet chariot. Everything will be sweet and by and by. All those damn spirituals, all these hymns, etc., etc., etc. Yes, those were biblical and church hymns or whatever coming from the Sunday mornings. But let's keep it 100. People began to live that daily. Anytime we got, we started getting downtrodden on all levels, we basically accepted it because we said, well, it's part of God's plan. It's ordained. We're sheep of the pasture and we're just going along with the process. So whatever happens, it's all good because we'll be all right eventually. We shall overcome. Now, with that being said, I guess you could say we could fast forward to now. Those same people, those same elders of today who were youngins back then, who were young adults back then, who were being fed this information, fed this notion of self-suppression. And when I mean self-suppression, I mean suppression of your ability to go out and do for yourself, like Marcus taught us way back when. And you know how people are ignoring still to this day. You have been made scared, shitless, to do for self, say for self, live for self, and sustain self. You've been made scared, hands down. And not only by the system of racism, white supremacy, who was pretty much, I guess you could say, the prime factor, the prime puppeteer behind everything that's going on here in America. I'm sorry, America. But you know what I mean. But, the puppeteer, then, you know what I mean? He's got the puppets, the pastors, the imams, the rabbis, the chairmen of this organization, etc., etc., etc. I'm talking about from back then, the civil rights era, right? Got their minds stuck on stupid. And then they begin to pass on that same information to their children. Their children grew up, they passed it on to their children. Their children grew up, they passed it on to their children. Let's keep it G though. This era that we living in right now, you can't pass that on to us. We're not trying to hear it. And that's not a disrespect. Y'all trying y'all best with this whole thing right now that y'all got going on right now. Y'all trying to revamp the civil rights era with this whole Black Lives Matter stuff. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it. That right there is making you soft in today's climate, in today's situations and scenarios. It's making y'all soft. Let's keep it 100. Y'all have gotten soft. All y'all gotta say is Black Lives Matter, and you think somebody's gonna really feel sorry for you. You think somebody's gonna really feel, oh, yeah, you know, they're right. Black lives do matter. I'm gonna show you how Black Lives matter. I'm gonna show you how Black Lives matter. Watch this. Black Lives Matter. They do. Just not to us. You know why? We don't value ourselves. Our value systems are shot to shit. I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. Now I'm gonna show you another way again how Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter to everybody else that is earning that dollar off your back. That's how Black Lives Matter. They don't care about what goes on. They don't care about what happens to you. They just care about you spending that bread with them. They care about you doing that trade and commerce with them. And you're going to willingly do it all the time because you, once again, have been scared and made shitless to do for yourself. But then you want to turn around and say, yo, woe is me, why ain't nobody looking out for us? Because you're not looking out for you. Who the hell in their right mind? Hell, who the hell in their dumb mind will look out for somebody who's not looking out for their own? Remember, God helps those that help themselves, right? Again, I'm bringing that out there. I threw that out there. You can call it a shot all you want. I don't care. But God helps those that help themselves because, let's keep it 100. Our people are still stuck in it. Yes, we're waking up and starting to leave slowly but surely, but for the most part, the people are still there. And I'm talking about the realm of religion. But they'll completely overlook that one. They'll tell you everything else that God said, but then will completely obliterate and avoid one of the best things that God could have said to us that we always choose to ignore, which is God helps those that help themselves, aka self-reliance, self-determination. Now, getting back to us, because I'm not really, if y'all know my style, whatever, for the most part, I don't really have time to just keep it, forgive my mouth, bitch and moan about everybody else and how they doing, etc., 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 etc. I don't have time to do that. That's their plans, that's their executions, that's what they do. Alright? I'm worried about us. I'm worried about how we move, how we think, how we groove, etc., 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 etc. Now, until we start to change up our value systems, until we start to update our value systems, until we start to take pride in our what we really need to be valuing instead of putting value into things that have no value. We put value into things that have no merit. We put value into things that don't do us no type of justice whatsoever. And I ain't talking about no courtroom. I'm just talking about our life in general. We put our efforts and energies and everything into shit that don't do nothing but deteriorate the black family. From food to TV and entertainment to the lack of wanting to get this information and bang to the full seeking of acceptance into a system that don't want to do nothing but destroy you in the first place. Those are the things that we put our energies into. But then we'll turn around and say, yo, why is everybody shitting on black people? Why is everybody shitting on black people? Because black people shit on black people. Until you start to change the value systems for yourself, nobody will recognize you. Nobody will recognize us. Period. Now, I don't want to... Okay. Big ups to everybody that's out there doing it on an individual level. Okay, you want to do your thing for an individual. I hear you. But that ain't doing us no good, man. That's some selfish shit. So why you out there saying, I'm good, me and mine, we chilling? You're not. Because everybody else is dying off. Everybody else is getting hurt. Everybody else is losing their damn minds. Nobody's good until we all good. Nobody's good. Now, a minute ago, just a second ago, I said I don't have time to worry about and cry over what folks do to us. But I will tell you this, though, right? Family, this is warfare, right? Right? Know your enemy, know yourself. That's the politics, right? Reconnaissance is a good thing about warfare. It's a very good, it's one of the best things about warfare. What I say, it's in warfare. Reconnaissance. You got to study your enemy. You got to know exactly how they moving and grooving to be able to counteract. Now, some folks out there will take that and use it as an excuse to assimilate. Right? They want to do it, let them do their thing. Peace out. Because one, you're not going to get accepted on that side. Two, once shit start getting real for you, you're going to crawl right back on over here to the black family. You feel what I'm saying? But you're going to have to be held accountable for your actions, man. We're not just going to just give us some open arms welcome like how folks used to do back in the day with the Al Sharptons, with the Jessies. You feel what I'm saying? Etc., 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 etc. Because once again, notice how the times are changing. Those two are not necessarily accepted amongst the younger generations. You old heads out there, no disrespect, and I say this respectively and with love. But y'all love that right there. That's what y'all love. Y'all love the whole notions of how Sharpton rolls. You love how the Jessies roll. You love how that whole vibration rolls. But then you try to put it on us and want us to accept that, and then use new terminology, that whole Black Lives Matter. It's the same thing, and folks today, we just not having it, man. This is why I honestly feel that in every neighborhood across the way, man, real talk, youngers and the elders need to sit down and have a real conversation, a real discourse, man. Real talk. Youngers need to put it out on the table how they feeling. Elders need to put it out on the table how they feeling. Then we really need to just like map it out, man. Map it out. Throw away the bad, accept the good, put it together, and let's move the hood. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk.
Don't deal with tribalists and malice, cause you will be able to make the chalice in the palace like it's the Wallace.
Don't deal with tribalism. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, going back to what the video of the brother was saying, man. The elder was saying, once again, big up to him, man. You can't do that with us no more. You can't push that whole we shall overcome shit no more and really think everything's going to go down, man. It's going to be all good. And in another way, once again, like I always say, y'all want to get mad at me when I bring up the topic of religion, but y'all really don't understand what religion is doing to us, has done to us, will continue to do to us until we do what? Change our value systems. The same way we put all our energy and effort into valuing these religions that do not benefit us for the collective. Why can't we put that same energy into ourselves? Who can benefit us for ourselves? Nobody can heal the hood like the hood can. Nobody can heal the people like the people can. And this is just me from looking through history, having conversations with those that I have conversations with. From the 60s on up, man, it's been a serious handout. Not a handout, but a serious open hand type situation. Please, 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 please. Please give us something. Please be easy with us. Please take it easy, etc., etc., etc. The youth of today are tired of that shit, man. Real talk. They're tired. You call us rebellious, and in a sense, we are rebellious. We're very rebellious. We're angry. We're upset. Our feelings are hurt. We feel as if we've been let down. We feel as if we've pretty much been thrown to the wolves, while y'all sit back and watch in the comfort of racism, white supremacy. The little crumbs that you have, you're cool with it, and you turn around, call us everything under the book, treat us, disrespect us every way under the book, right? But we just looking for what y'all didn't want to look for no more. We seeking that freedom. Now watch this though. This is why I said we need to have these conversations. While we're seeking the freedom, you all have certain wisdoms and certain insights that you can be passing on. You feel what I'm saying? Play your position as an elder. Play your position as an adult. Teach the pups, teach the babes, let us bang. It's only for the greater good, man. It's only for the greater good of the people. This whole Black Lives Matter stuff, again, it's not going to mean shit until you start changing your value systems for us. We got to do it. Stop always looking for a handout, man. Stop looking for everybody, for the people that's tormenting us to ease up on their torment when they're benefiting from the torment. Why would they want to cut off that which they benefit from, family? That don't make sense. But what does make sense is for you to get up off your black ass and do something for yourself that you can benefit, that can help their benefit. This is why I said, I'm calling this one today From Civil Rights to Black Lives Matter. It's the same thing, man. You can't tell me no difference. You can't tell me no difference. Now, yes, it seems different because of the media. It seems different because of the propaganda. It seems different because of the way these breaking news stories come across, and it touches, once again, that emotion. Go back to what I said yesterday, man. LOE, logic over emotion. Let's keep it 100. This stuff has been going on daily for the longest of time. Police brutalities, poor economics, etc. You name it, it's been going on. But again, because of the way the propaganda is set up today, on such a mass level, all you got to do is turn on the TV. All you're going to see is what? Another black face doing what? Either being a buffoon, right? He's either being a buffoon or he's getting put down to the ground. That's the only way you're going to see it. That's the only way you're going to see it. So now we're seeing it today through these eyes, through these new modern eyes, through these new technology eyes, we're thinking it's all something new, and we're freaking out. We're losing our minds because, why we're losing our minds? Because the emotion from the past has crept into the present, and y'all trying to find a way for that same shit to go toward the future. We're not having it. No longer. No longer. No longer. Not saying that you cannot feel. Once again, you cannot hurt. This is what I said yesterday. Put that shit in its proper context, man. Hurt when it's time to hurt, bang when it's time to bang, move when it's time to move, groove when it's time to groove. Nobody else does how we do. And it's obvious. Just go outside and look. Just look. Everybody else makes shit happen. We, on the other hand, wait for shit to happen. And every time we wait, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. So what are you waiting for? This is why I always say black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. Why are we waiting? Once you start to love yourself, once you begin to love yourself, once you begin to love yourself, you are going to do anything, like Brother Malcolm said, by any means necessary to make sure that yourself is well taken care of on every level. Once you love yourself, you're going to know just exactly what self-reliance, self-determination means. And you're not going to be afraid of the concept of race first. Once you love yourself, you'll put an end to all the Negro stuff. And you'll know that revolution is the only solution. You feel what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, family. So what are we going to do, man? How do we do this? 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 It's not hard. All we have to do is apply. Again, everybody's a PhD overnight. And it's good, because watch this. From now versus back then in the 60s, whatever, folks wasn't hitting them books like that. Big up to the ones back then that was. But now, we got information at our fingertips. All you gotta do is pick up your phone, bow. You got whatever you want to look. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got whatever you want to look for. Now, of course, you gotta go through and decipher, but you got it right there and there. Hell, big ups to everybody who still even knows what a Dewey Decimal System is. Haha, I see you out there. You feel me? But with all this information, again, it has made us even more fearful to apply it. We want everything to happen, but we don't want to work for it. Now, one thing I will say about the 60s, and I do give credit to, is the fact that, you know what I mean, you had certain crews, you had certain organizations, whatever, they was about this. You know what I mean? When something came at them, they went right back, just as, you know what I'm saying, with the equal amount of force. So I respect that. Why that vibration didn't pass on to us, I have no idea. I have no idea. Now there's an old, I guess you could say a modern proverb from that era, from back then or whatever. A Panther proverb. What they say? A panther is born in every ghetto, right? A panther is born in every ghetto. I actually kind of like that. I actually like that. Now, with that being said, I wish we would actually begin to apply that method, that logic. If that we're going to use those words, if a panther is born in every ghetto, right? There should be no way in hell why we're going what we're going through. There's no way in hell why we aren't able to stand up and defend ourselves, etc., 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 and provide for ourselves, sustain ourselves. There's no way. There's no reason. So again, family, it's about application. We went from the civil rights era, from the seeking and asking and begging, nonetheless, to Black Lives Matter. Again, the modern seeking, asking, and begging. But it's funny because we don't have to seek and ask. We got everything that we need right around us. Everything we need is within the hood. Everything we need is within the people. But because we're so accustomed, because we're so used to it, and we're so comfortable with waiting on that handout. That's all folks think they could do. The babies of the day, they're not trying to hear that. And even some of the elders, some of the adults that are still here with us in this era and that really sees reality for reality, they not trying to hear it. But of course, they don't have the energy and the ability to go out and do what we need to do because they're elders. And that's cool. Let them, they don't need to be out there in them lines. Let the youngest be out there in the lines. But at least pass that information on. Stop begging for the world to recognize you until you recognize your damn self, man. This is why black lives do not matter, because black lives don't matter to black people. Like I said in the beginning, man, this one may make you go, This one may piss you off. This one may motivate you. But you can't run from reality. You cannot run from reality. Reality is going to be there every moment of the day. No matter if you want to pay attention to it or not, it's still going to be there. So your best bet is to just man up, woman up, and stand up and stop bending over. And let's get this shit done, man. We can do this. We can do this. Do you believe that you can do this? Do you believe that we can do this? Just as much as you have all your belief into everything that you can't prove, you better believe in yourself, which is here right now, in the flesh, in the physical, tangible, that you can see, feel, and know, which is yourself. Put your belief in that. Believe that we can. Believe that we will. Black lives won't matter until they matter to black people. Stop falling for the TV, man. Stop falling for what you hear on the news, man. If it don't touch you for real, I'm talking about here. If it don't really touch you here, if it don't really touch you here, but you're just forced it, you're force-fed it, you're a puppet. And again, black lives won't matter to anybody until they matter to black people. Let's put down the whole we shall overcomes. And let's do what we gotta do, man. That's all I gotta honestly say, man. Questions, comments, concerns, get at me. Comment box, you already know. Email ranmbg@gmail. Holla at me. It's not hard, yo. But in the meantime, between time, I appreciate you for tuning in once again. This has been RANM TV. We keeps it G. This is your brother and Google, nice to RANM. Black love is a cure for the black nation, family, so let's get it. Change your thought process. That what you think you're going to speak, what you speak, you're going to walk. Love yourself. When you love yourself, you're going to want to defend yourself, protect yourself, and sustain yourself, and provide for yourself. It's not hard, yo. Utuapo, till the next time. Black Power.